So The Manor is such a fascinating film. I mean, it's creepy, it's funny, it's thoughtful, it's all these great things. But what about it really drew you both to the project? Barbara, if you'd like to start, and then Nicholas.
Well, for the reasons that you just stated, I was attracted to it. I really thought it was a good script. I also loved the character a lot. I loved her feistiness and her humor and her that she swore and that she was just an unpredictable kind of heroine, especially for an older character to write a character that way, because I really think we're all people in all varieties, even as we get older. And so it was fun to see it encompassed in a film. And I enjoy psychological horror, which this is. And I thought it really discussed a lot of issues without hitting you over the head with them, wrapped in horror and humor and all kinds of things. So, and I loved the ending. So there were, known, and I loved working for Blumhouse. I've done it on Insidious films, and so it was all a lot of attraction for me.
Yeah, similar. The script. The script was, I read the script and I instantly fell in love with the character, and I related a lot to Josh, and his relationship with his grandmother is very similar to the relationship that I have with my grandmother, and she's, shares the similar traits of, being, she's young at heart and fun and energetic, and she curses and all this stuff, and reading the script and all the twists that it takes, and you're like reading one thing and then it turns into another thing, and then you don't know, every turn you don't know what's going to happen.
So then since the relationship between both your characters is so vital to the story progressing, what was that like for you two, building that rapport off camera before bringing it to every take? Barbara, if you'd like to start again, and then Nicholas.
We didn't really have the luxury to do it before. We didn't have a rehearsal period. We got to meet with Axel in a restaurant very briefly. So we got to lay eyes on each other. But it happened pretty immediately with us. You're right. It's extremely vital. To me, it's a love story between these characters. They're united. He's her raft, more so as things start happening to her. So he's the whole reason that she is alive at this point, I think. And so it was very vital that we connect, but you can hope for those things and work for those things, but they don't always happen. But chemically, I think we really took off. Wordlessly, without any effort, we connected as actors and as friends.
Yeah. I feel the same way. It was instant, and we got along so well, and I think both of our loves for acting, just the craft in general, really, that was, the connection there was, really well. And just, watching Barbara, just this legend act, it was so amazing as a younger actor to, learn all of this stuff. And it was just like, free acting classes every day on set, just sitting back and watching her just do her craft. It was an amazing experience.
So Barbara, you're obviously no stranger to the horror genre, but Nicholas, aside from briefly appearing in Outcast on Cinemax, this is really kind of your big starring role for the horror genre. What's it been like for you to sort of make that leap from supporter to, main person in this genre?
It was definitely a shock, because I didn't really know how a horror movie worked. And it's really, you really have to be grounded, like, as an actor. It's hard. I think it's, one of the hardest genres possibly, because if you're not in that moment, and if you are not, committed to the scene and truly feeling that terror, it's not going to work. It's not going to work on screen, and it's not going to be any good, and to really get there and really be in that moment, you know, was the challenge. But it wasn't really a challenge, because working with Barbara, like, you know, we're under the bed, and you know, feeling all that, it was just like, you know, this vibe of you know, it was, you know, came really naturally.
Well, I think you both do a phenomenal job in this film. I think Axel killed it, and I think both horror genre fans and regular viewers are going to love it. So I can't wait to spread the word about it. Thank you both so much for taking the time to chat.
Thank you.
Thank you.